Good morning, friends. Welcome to GoOnlineTrainings.com. So, demo number one got over on Saturday, and demo number two is going to go today. And tomorrow is the final class, and tomorrow we'll have the final demo. And today and tomorrow, I'll be talking about completely technical discussions. Yeah, am I clear? So, if you wanted to come into IT industry, anybody can come, any graduate can come, any year passed outs can come, easy to learn, no coding, everything is fine. If you have any issues or concerns, you can talk to me directly and you send me your phone number so that I can call you and talk to you if you have any other issues. And this is my mail ID, right? So you can also talk to my team and these are their numbers. And the people who are coming today, fresh, first time people, they have to fill this form. This form being given in the chart window. So you have to take the form and fill it up. Already filled it means just ignore. You don't fill the form once again. First time people who are coming today, you please fill the form. So there are two advantages. One is that fee discount will be given only people who have attended the demo. The second one, you will be able to get the daily recording videos. Clear? So that is the reason why you have to fill the form and enter your details. And people who are not filling the form, they will not be able to get the fee discounts and everything. Okay. So remember. Now anybody can prepare, anybody can get into IT industry. Age is not a important matter. So 44, 45 doesn't matter. And education gap is not matter. So first class, second class doesn't matter. But only thing is that you need to have the enthu. You need to have the goal to come into IT industry. If that is there, anybody can learn anything at any point in time. No problem at all. Clear? So today let us talk about completely technical things. So if you wanted to come into IT industry, as I told you, IT industry is going to be dealing with the data. So dealing with the data, you have to know about the data. So using the data only, we are going to be getting information. So to get the information, what are the technologies that we're going to be using? SQL or database management system. So this is also called as a relational database management system. I spoke about all these things in the demo number one. Clear? But the question, what is the size of the data that you have it? So what is the size of the data that you have it? Every company will take the data, will store the data, will manage the data. But the question, what is the size of the data every company has? That is the question, right? Now, let us talk about my company. Let us talk about my company. What is the data I have it? So I have the inquiries data. Every month I'm going to be getting 1,000 inquiries or 2,000 inquiries. All the data put together will be 5 MB of data or 2 MB of data. Clear? So every company will have data. So the data will be converted into information, but you need to store the data somewhere. You have to manage the data somewhere. When you have a small amount of data, where will you store the data? So I'm not going to be using SQL or database management system. When you have a small amount of data, I'm going to be using Excel, remember. Or I may use one notebook, pen and paper. I will be able to write on the paper. So manually also you can store the data, right? Without a computer, manually also you can use pen and paper. You can store the data. How many people called me today and how many people asked for the Power BI course? How many people asked for the .NET course? How many people asked for the Java course? Like that, all the data I am storing manually in the notebook. But today, since I'm using a software, all the data I'm going to be storing. So after storing the data, what I do? I'm going to be processing the data. What is the meaning of a processing? I wanted to know what is the total people have asked for the Power BI course. How many people have asked for the uh, you know, Java course, some kind of a report I wanted to have it, right? So let me show you one Excel sheet. This is the Excel sheet my company a team is going to be maintaining. So serial number, name of the student, what course they need, male, female, date of inquiry, phone number, email ID. If they join, they may make some payment, $1,000, $2,000 or rupees, whatever it is, and a paid date. So, end of the day, my team is going to be maintaining this kind of a data, but this data is not sufficient for me. So, using this data, they will create a report or they will send me a summary. అర్థమవుతుందా? So every month or every week, I will be able to get some summary. So what is the summary they will send? So in the 2021 January month, Power BI, these many people have inquired. MSBA 1200 people have inquired. SQL 1230 people have inquired. Python course 500 people inquired. So DevOps 680 people. So all the data they will be able to go and manually they will count one, two, like that, one, two, three, four. So how many people ask for Power BI? So manually you are going to be counting. Counting is nothing but a processing. అర్థమవుతుందా? So manually you count something here and you go, you fill. So January, how many people have asked? 120 people. So 122 people. SQL 100 people. Like that, manually you go to this data, you count 1, 2, 3, 4, like that. The counting is called processing. అర్థమవుతుందా? So end of the day, you have the data, but nobody needs data as it is. You have to convert data into information. This is what is called information. So in 2021 January, Power BI 120 people have inquired. MSBA 122 people have inquired. SQL 100 people have inquired. That is what is called counting or the processing. So this is one report, one summary. One more summary. What is the fee collected? In January, for BA 20,000 rupees is collected. MSBA 18,000 rupees is collected. SQL Server is connected. Like that, you will be able to see. One is the count. Counting is processing. Second one is called summing. You take for MSBA 100, for Power BA 100 plus 200, 320. Like that, manually you are going to be doing some circus, some processing, and you create one more report. Like that, every month you're going to be preparing this kind of a row, and this data will be there in the summary. The summary is called as a report. We can also rename this as a reports, or we can also say this as a dashboard today. Many people are saying this is dashboard. Dashboard means some summary. So I am not interested for complete data. Nobody is interested about complete data. Everybody wanted to see the information convert. Okay. So after that, what I'm trying to do, I will compare this month inquiries with the next month inquiries. I have 1200 inquiries came. Next month, the 2500 inquiries came. So what is the meaning? I can understand. Okay, it is increased. So no problem. I'm getting more and more revenue, more and more inquiries. Last month, $20,000 or 20,000 rupees I got it. This month I got it 34,000 rupees. No, there is an increment. 18,000 rupees I got it, but this month I got only 12,000 rupees. So when you compare the data from this month to this month, this month to this month, there is a growth you can see, but there is a negative growth or loss you can see. Okay, so this is what is called data analytics. Data analytics and argument, you compare the data. Very, very simple. Data analytics means you compare, you understand the past. So I have the data. Where is the data stored? Data stored in one Excel sheet, but this data is not telling me anything. But this data is telling me a lot of beautiful points. అర్థమవుతుందా లేదా? So data is now talking to you. Hey Bhaskar, Power BI you are doing good. For MSBA you are not doing good. You are losing the revenue. So it is talking to me. So as a manager in the company, should I keeping quiet or should I do something here? So as a manager, I have to run the show. You're working for a sales manager or you're working for a manager in Amazon.com. Data is telling you that this brand products are not selling. You're losing the money. You're losing the revenue. What is that you should do? You tell me. Definitely, you have to underlie and you need to understand why the sales is coming down. Because when the sales is up and up, there is no problem at all. When the sales is down, you have to get alert. Then you need to take the precautions to improve your sales. అర్థమవుతుంది. సో డేటా అనలిటిక్స్ మీన్స్ వాట్? You have the data, you are going to be storing the data. After that, what you do? You analyze the data. Analyze means you do some kind of a processing, you count the numbers, you get the sums. Okay, data analytics means simply understanding past. Understanding the past is called data analytics. So I was talking about not today's data, I'm talking about 2021 data, 2022 data, like that I'm going to be seeing the data. So every number is going to be telling me something. For example, 2023 I am there today, 2023 let us I am there today. In the 2023, so currently I am in month of July. So I will see June data, right? I will see the June data. So June just now got over. So when I see the June data, for example, I have some numbers. I'm putting this. So when I'm comparing with this, it is $1,800, it is $1,500, it is a $2,200, something like this. I'm putting some data. It is 60,000. Right, it is, let us say 1,200. So when you see, there is a definitely an issue. So it is increment, there is a increased, it is the sales is increased here, the sales is decreased here. So I need to be worried about this. Why it is coming down? So when you compare the past data, because June is over, it is historical data, past data. Clear? So what is that you need to understand? Data analytics means understanding the past. This is also called as a business intelligence. Now tell me, why is that you have to analyze and see the why is that you need to see the differences? Because you don't want to lose the business. Okay, why it is coming down, why it is going up, you need to understand. Could be the cost is very much, so that people are not buying, or the competitor is selling with the low price. So Sony Bravia TV is not selling highly in the Amazon.com. Amazon company will understand why the sales of the Sony Bravia TVs are not at all going in my Amazon.com. When you compare with the competitors' sales, so they have lot of sales, you don't have sales. When you see their sales and your sales, you're able to know there is a negative profit or negative response from the customers. Immediately, what you do? You give the discount for the Sony Bravia. So when you take a decision, when you implement it, automatically the business will increase. Clear? So end of the day, why is that we have to analyze the data? Because to improve my business. That is what is called a business intelligence. So you are getting, your semester one marks are called, let us say, 98%. Semester one marks are, say, 72%. When you compare this marks with this marks, now tell me what your father is going to be asking you. Your father compulsorily will tell you, semester one you got this marks and semester two you got this marks. Definitely, I'm not able to see proper growth. So the father has to take a decision, right? So father is going to be in charge of your family. He has to take care about decisions. Immediately will say, cricket is cut, play is cut, movies are cut, your pocket money is cut. Go for the tuitions. Go to the tuition from next month, because I had seen there is a negative marks in your growth. Now simple. So when he is comparing your semester one marks and semester two marks, now he is able to take a decision to improve his son's education or the daughter's education, right? It is simple, very simple thing. But now tell me, business means you have thousands crores of investment. Think about Amazon company, think about Apple company, think about Microsoft company, Google company, any company you take it. If they don't see the data, how it is happening, semester wise, quarter wise, month wise, brand wise sales, if they don't see, then how do they know that how the business is happening? Somebody has to check that, right? So your father is able to see your marks in every semester end, every quarter end, or every month end, or every unit test end. Father is going to be comparing the marks of the daughter. The same way, every month the sales is over. Last month data they'll compare with the previous month data. May and June they'll compare. If July gets over, June and July they'll compare. Quarter one will over, quarter one, quarter two will be compared, or this quarter one data will be compared with the last quarter one data. So all the data is past data. Why is that they'll compare? The comparison is called as a data analytics. అర్థమవుతుందా లేదా? So why is that you need to compare? If you don't compare, the father does not know whether it is going good direction, going bad direction. If you're not there, for example, semester one, your marks are this, your friend marks, semester one, let us say your friend marks are 55%. Your friend's father is going to be comparing with your marks, right? So your friend father will compare either your data will be compared, or your neighbor's data will be compared, or your data, this month data, previous month data, the comparison can happen against to something. Clear? Why is that we are going to be comparing? Because tomorrow I wanted to improve myself. So data analytics, business intelligence means what, Nana? Take the data, this kind of a data, this kind of a data, this kind of a data, details data, you have to take it, convert into meaningful information like that. Then you compare the data and take a decision. So what to be done? If the marks are not coming good, your father will tell you that, so cricket is cut, pocket money is cut, bike is cut. So everything will get cut automatically. Your son is going to improve. If the son is not at all improving, then he will look for some other problems. What could be the real problem? The problem could be because of the paper is too tough. So not only your son, nobody has done performed. So not only Amazon.com, nobody is doing perfectly because there is a recession. So that you cannot control. So, but whatever you can control within the business, that can be controlled when you analyze your data. Clear? So I have lot of data in my company. So I'm able to keep the data in my Excel, and I'm able to store the data. I'm able to process the data. So after that, I'm going to be taking the decision. So data analytics is the process that we can do with Excel data also. Need not be Power BI, need not be anything. Data analytics is a process that we can apply anywhere. So British people came to India. Why? Because they have analyzed 1400 years back. There is no Power BI, no software. That time they know that India got a lot of wealth. Because of that only they were able to analyze, right? If they're able to analyze their wealth with our wealth, and they see the lot of gold is there, lot of spices are available, so that let us go to India and do the business. So people will be analyzing whether Power BI is there or not, data analytics is there. Or people can see your growth, people can see your issues and everything. They can understand, right? So data is can be there anywhere, but you will be able to perform the data analytics with Excel data, or you may have simply your daughter's data, your son's data. So it is not about Excel data or Power BI. Power BI is just like a tool. That's it. So data analytics is there since long back. Remember that point. So what is the data analytics means? Understanding the past. But now tell me, what is a data science? What is a data science? Data science is also called as a artificial intelligence, also called as machine learning. So this is what is called future predictions. Predict the future. అర్థమవుతుందా? So predict the future is called as a data science or artificial intelligence or machine learning. For example, I have given lot of example. What was my sales in the year 2022? So Amazon company wanted to know what is my sales in the year 22 in India. Okay. So this was the data analytics or the business intelligence question. So now if you ask me what will be the question of data science, what would be my sales in the next 5 years in India? Now to see, they wanted to predict something for next 5 years. Clear? So this one is telling you what is the sales in last year. So both of them are two different things. See, data analytics means understanding the past. Data science or the artificial intelligence machine learning means predicting the future. Okay. So this will be very toughest course. It is 18 months course if you want to get into this. and which is very, very complex. Never go into this kind of a things. Completely learning data science will be very, very difficult. Data analytics will be a 3 months course for you. And any non-IT people also can go into that. So data scientist you will become. You are not a software engineer. So when you learn data science, you will become a data scientist. Scientist means people who have research and development skills. So if you don't have those kind of skills, simple, many YouTubers are saying, data science is, hot skill into the market. You see there, that is fine, but it is not so easy. You have to learn a lot of things. You need to learn SQL. You have to know Python. You have to know artificial intelligence, machine learning, neural networks, deep learning. A lot of things you have to learn. Okay, lot of things you need to learn. So this is a 18 months course. So don't jump into this kind of a courses. So you work for the data analytics, and here you have to learn SQL and some ETL and Power BI. So that's it. So this we can complete in within 3 months, and no coding at all. Here also no coding, but lot of mathematics, calculus, a lot of things which are very, very complicated algorithms are going to be there. Don't jump into data science directly here. So if you wanted to go into this, get into this kind of a course now and learn within 3 months, get a job and work for it 1 or 2 years in the data analytics or the business intelligence field. Then jump. If you're really interested, then learn these courses in the proper institution and jump into data science. That will be always good. Don't go into this directly. So people do not know about this. They will be talking about this, and blindly if you follow them, you don't get a job. You will 100% failure guy. And no jobs are also available for the pure data science purpose. Clear? Pure data scientist job is very, very difficult also. Clear? So that is what. So data means, as I told you, data means what? Data means today. So one guy asked, what is a data? So what is the data? Data means, according to the Microsoft, data means it is a currency today. That is what Microsoft is telling. Data means a currency today. Facebook is not selling anything to you directly. Amazon is selling something, they are rich. WhatsApp is not selling anything to you directly, but how come they are very rich? Instagram is rich today. Facebook people are rich today. Google people are rich today. Why? Because they have your data. So one of the journalists asked this question, why? What is data? So Microsoft is saying data is a currency today. You don't underestimate the power of data. Data is currency today. The same question asked to Google. What is the data? Google is saying data is everything today. Whatever you think that is today. You're talking about artificial intelligence. You're talking about robotics. You're talking about driverless cars. You're talking about automation. So everything you're talking about today, data. Clear? Artificial intelligence, robotics, robots, whatever we're talking about today, data. Data is everything today. That is what Google is saying. Clear? So without data, the entire industry is not going to work. So you should not thinking that if I don't get a job for this, what will happen? I am working for the data analytics past 20 years, right? I started my career in year 2000 in Bangalore. In 2003, I started working with SQL and Power, MSBA initially, 2003, 4, 5, uh, SQL and Power BI, MSBA started 2015, Power BI got released. Now, new tools are coming. It does not mean that data analytics is gone. Data analytics is getting improved and getting revised, getting improved day by day. More tools are coming means more easy, right? You have one more new tool is coming means it is more easy topic. So MSBA, then Power BI, then you have a lot of BA tools are coming because more opportunities are available for the data analytics wise. You should not be worried about this. So will it be there for 5 years, 10 years? As long as data is there, data analytics BA will be there. Remember this point. As long as IT industry is there, data will be there. As long as data is there, data analytics will be there. So data analytics is there since so many years. It is not the first time. In my family itself, there are some 50 to 60 people who are working for the data analytics. They're from BTech engineers, MTech engineers, BCom, botany, zoology guys also there in my family. All the people, I have converted them into the Power BI and MSBA. Now they're able to get very, very good jobs and they're earning 10 lakhs, 20 lakhs in Hyderabad itself. Otherwise, they would have worked for 10, 20,000 rupees. Right? My own sister got a job, 2012 BCom passed out, and after she got married, now she has taken the course last year. During the recession time, she got the three offer letters. A BCom MBA girl, who was earning 20,000 rupees per month in 2014. After that, she left the company because of kids and everything. Now she has picked up the course last year. Within 6 months, she got three offer letters. Now she is working for a company, work from home. Now tell me how these people are able to understand data analytics, because it is very, very simple and easy course. Clear? Now, when you have so much of a data, you can store the data in the Excel. But when you have every month you're getting not the MBs of data, GBs of data every month you're getting. For example, every month you're getting lakhs and millions of transactions. Think about State Bank of India. Think about Amazon.com. Do you think that Amazon.com is having every month 1,000 transactions, 1,000 customers only buying the products? Every day 50,000 transactions, millions of transactions, lakhs of transactions every month. 1 million is equivalent to 10 lakhs. So every month you are getting this much of a data. GBs of data. Every month you assume the company is getting 500 GB of data. Can I store GB of data in Excel? The answer is no. To store large amount of GBs of data, there is a software called SQL software called as a database management software, right? Or relational database management software or tools we are going to be using to store your data. Remember, అర్థమవుతుందా? When you have large amount of data, large means when you have a GBs of data every month, you are getting 50,000, 1 million transaction, half a million transaction. All the data is a 200 GB of data every month. So that GBs of data, you will not be able to store them in the Excel. You have to use SQL software or database management software, RDBMS tools or technologies to store the data. But how to process the data? Process means I need to know what is the total sales or what is the total revenue in India. I wanted to know some kind of a counting operation or summing operation. This is what is called processing. The processing can be done with the help of a language. అర్థమవుతుందా లేదా? సో లాంగ్వేజ్ పీపుల్ కెన్ యూజ్. సో యూ హ్యావ్ లాట్ ఆఫ్ RDBMS tools. I need not tell you Oracle, right? So Oracle can store the data, or you have Microsoft SQL Server, and you have DB2 from IBM company. Lot of companies are there who's going to be giving you this kind of a softwares. Not only one software, this is IBM company. This is also from IBM company. So what are the SQL means? It can store large amount of data. I told you database means what? It can store large amount of data. Database means a data bank. I given you simple example. If you have a lot of blood, where will you store? Blood bank. You have a lot of gold. Where will you store? Gold bank. You have a lot of data. Where will you store? Database. Database is called a data bank. So Oracle is a data bank. It is from one more company. You have HDFC Bank. You have ICICI Bank. You have Deutsche Bank. You have State Bank of India. All of them are doing same thing. So Oracle, SQL Server, DB2, NetEase, these are the softwares from the different companies. What is the purpose of all these softwares? All the purpose is to store the data. Whenever you need to retrieve the data. So what is the purpose of a blood bank? You put the blood, you deposit the blood, you get the blood. What is the purpose of any bank? You withdraw the cash or deposit the cash. So only putting the cash, getting the cash. So Oracle, what you do? You put the data, get the data. SQL Server, what you do? Same thing. Put the data, get the data. So all the data, when you have a large amount of data, all the data, IT industry, when you have a large amount of data, IT industry is going to be storing the data in the SQL tools, or it is also called as a database management tools or the technologies. These are not languages, these are the tools or the softwares, we can say. అర్థమవుతుందా? Now, if you store the data that is not sufficient, somebody has to process the data. Who's going to be processing? C, C++, Python, or Java, or Android, blah, 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 .NET. Any language you can interact, you can get the data, show the data, blah, blah, blah. For example, you go to Amazon.com tomorrow. You wanted to buy some laptop. When you click this laptop configuration, you wanted to buy and you have seen everything, click on the buy now. So what will happen? It will take your phone number and everything. Then it is going to be storing your data. Now, do you know how this site is working? This site may be Java website or a .NET website. I don't know. But this guy is taking the data from you and all the data will be stored in the Oracle or SQL Server database. Clear? So this guy is not going to store the data. All the data will be going to a RDBMS only. So what is the site? This may be Java. This may be .NET site, which is not going to store the data. So end of the day, your data, when you have so much of a data, all the data will be stored in the end of the day one database that you don't know. I don't know how a banking is storing which kind of a databases they have. You don't know. You go to the ATM, you withdraw the cash, you deposit the cash, all the transactional data is going to be stored in the one Oracle server, one computer of SQL server, like that. So you have to understand that companies are going to be storing the data like this. And if they wanted to process the data, processing means they wanted to know what is the total sales for the last month, what is the total sales for the Hyderabad only, what is the sales in the Vizag or the Vishakhapatnam, or what is the total sales in Dubai, or what is the sales in England. So the Amazon company wanted to know this data. Clear? So all the data, you have it here. The data will be taken and will get processed. Process means, simple example is summing operation. You take all amount of data, you do the summing and you say this is the total sales happened last month. So that kind of things can happen with the help of a language. But when you have every month you're getting 500 GB of data, you think 500 GB of data every month you get it into 12 months of data, it will become 6,000 GBs of data, which is equivalent to 6 terabytes of data for 1 year. 1 year, but I'm talking about 10 years of data. Now tell me 6 terabytes into 10. What will happen? It will become 60 terabytes of data that normal Oracle, normal SQL is not going to store. So SQL or database can store up to GBs of data. When you have so much of a data, terabytes of data, so I'm talking about the next one. Okay. So when you have this much of a data, I'm talking about millions and billions. Okay. I'm talking about millions and crores of data. Normally, normal systems cannot store. I'm talking about terabytes of data. Okay. So normal systems cannot store. There is a specialized system called data warehouse tools. Warehouse, you should not write where space house. Warehouse is single word. You should not combine like this. You should not also give spaces like this. Or you should not data where you should not write like this. This is wrong. So wrong. Data space warehouse is a single word. So when we have this much of a data, IT industry is going to be using one more software called data warehousing computers or data warehouse tools. When you have a terabytes of data, if you wanted to process, languages also will fail. IT industry is invented with BI tools, business intelligence tools, to process the data. Clear? Now, if you ask me what is a data warehouse, warehouse means what? Go down. Warehouse means go down. So, if you wanted to store a large amount of data, so you have to have a data warehouse. So, data warehouse means you have to buy large hardware and you have to install in that SQL software. So software will be either Oracle or SQL Server or NetEase DB2, or you have a lot of things, Teradata. Okay, Teradata. You have MySQL. You have right? PostgreSQL. Lot of tools are available. Dot. These tools are available. Clear? So all the tools are available for you. But for example, I take Oracle. I will install in my computer. What is my computer configuration? I will show you. My computer configuration, so completely, it is approximately some 1 TB of hard disk. Remember. And what is the processor? Let me show you. What is the processor also I will tell you. I will show you 8 GB of RAM and i5 processor and 64-bit operating system and Windows 11 Pro. Now tell me, in this 8 GB of RAM, in 1 TB of hard disk, in this machine, if I install Oracle or if I install SQL Server something, what is the maximum data I can store? 1 TB only. Why? Because this capacity is 1 TB. But if I wanted to store 60 terabytes of data, even the Oracle is running, SQL is running, hardware is not so big, so this can accommodate this much of a data. Why? Because the capacity itself is 1 TB. So this computer has Oracle or the SQL server, but hardware is not sufficient. But tomorrow, if I get 1000 TB of hard disk, 1000 GB of RAM, అర్థమవుతుందా? So when you have big processor in this machine, if I install Oracle, so what will happen? If I install Oracle in this machine, I can have a large amount of data. So software wise, there is no change. Remember, software wise, same software. You may install Oracle software, you may install Teradata, NetEase, SQL Server, you may install. All of them are called SQL softwares only. Clear? But what is the difference here? When you buy the small hardware and install Oracle, that cannot become a data warehouse. Data warehouse means you have a large amount of hardware you have to buy. So in that large amount of hardware, any software when you install, it will become Oracle data warehousing server, SQL server data warehousing server, NetEase data warehousing server, or Teradata data warehousing server, or Postgre SQL data warehousing server. So what matters? What matters is the hardware. Remember, software wise, same software will be installed. Clear? Now tell me, you have a storeroom and you have a godown. Storeroom is constructed using cement and brick, but bigger godowns are also constructed cement and brick, but the size will be bigger for the godown. Storeroom means very small in your home, at your home, right? So both of them are constructed using what? Simply a cement and bricks only. You have a drum, you have a tank, you have a bucket. All of them are made up of plastic. But if you see the drum and the tank is bigger in size, bucket is small in size. So since it is a plastic, why aren't we call that as a bucket only always? No, because space is more in the tank and the drum. Remember. So even though SQL is installed, but SQL is installed in the bigger hardware. So these are called data warehouses. These data warehouses are available where? In the data centers. So every company will have a lot of data centers. Bigger servers are available. When you go to Google and look for data centers, you know data center, right? Now this is what is called data center. Now see, this is what is called data center. So this is one bigger server I'm talking about. This is one bigger server I'm talking about. This is one data warehousing, very big server. Okay. In that all the company's data, last 20, 30 years of data available. So this is one data center like that. Every company is going to be maintaining a lot of data in the data centers, and data center means a lot of computers, bigger computers. Each computer could be a bigger server. It could be a bigger server or small server. Small server means it is simply Oracle server. Bigger computers means a data warehousing servers. అర్థమవుతుందా? So all the computers are available in the data centers only. Data centers only. That is what you got to understand. Now see, very big data centers, very big machines are available in that Oracle SQL server or something is running, and this is for the Amazon.com, this is for ICICIbank.com. So bigger servers are available, and all the data of your company is stored there. For last 10-20 years of the data will be stored in the warehousing servers. All the data warehouse or any server, any computer will be there in the data centers. Whether it is a small server, bigger server, all the servers are available in the data centers. Clear? And these data centers are prepared or managed by the SQL guys. SQL DBS database admin people are going to be maintaining. So remember, clear, when you have a large amount of data, these kind of a computers are there to process. You have to write so much of a code. So writing a coding is very difficult. We need to have same processing without coding. That is the reason BI tools are implemented or released into the market. Now popular tools are called SAP BI, SAS BI, now OBI, Oracle BI, then MSBA. Clear? So these are the BA tools got released into the market. You have data stored, but only store the data, that is not sufficient. You have to know all the tools versus MSBA tool also. Okay. Now later you got Power BI. Now Tableau BI, lot of BI tools. Now this is single tool. BI tool means single tool. It is a purely reporting tool. You can create a reports. So for example, I have some data. This is one report I have created. Now with this data, I want to create a visualization. How to create a visualization? I go here. I go to insert. Now I create a beautiful visualization like that. Now this is the report and visualization. So people can understand, okay, Power BI is good, DevOps is bad, Python is doing good. So when you visualize the data, it is very simple for you to understand. అర్థమవుతుందా? So reporting means you create either a table like this, or you can convert the table into a chart like this. So this is what is called reporting tool is going to be doing. Clear? Reporting tool will take this kind of a data. It will make this data meaningful and easily understandable. Clear? So that is what you got to understand. Now you go here, you will be able to create a beautiful reports and everything that these guys are doing. Simply, these are Excel sheets. Excel can store the data. We can create a beautiful reports also, visualizations and everything. But Excel is limited with a small amount of data. Clear? When you have a large amount of data, SAP BI, ABA, these were very costly and very complex also to learn, and the companies are using them because no coding was there, and these are released in the early 2000 year. So data warehousing concept is released 1990s. Okay. And SQL is there in the market in 1970s. Clear? So you need to understand one by one. So early 2000, they were not using languages and everything. Languages created in year 1960s. It is not very new. Okay. After the language only, you have RDBMS and everything. After that, you have data warehousing and BA tools in year 2000. Clear? So people were using the tools, but they were not very happy. So Microsoft released in year 2005. Okay. They have given three tools, not one tool, three softwares. One is called MSBA, means Microsoft Business Intelligence, SSIS, SSAS, and SSRS. Clear? So let me tell you something about SQL Server. It is from the Microsoft. It is from the Microsoft. Let me give you the introduction about this guy first. History. So the first version got released in the year 2000, year 1.0. It got released in 1989 by Microsoft. Okay, sir? Purely RDBMS or SQL software. SQL means you can store the data, you can retrieve the data. The first release has happened in 1989 by Microsoft. The later, next version is 3.0. 5.0, 7.0, then 2000. So they have released a lot of versions till 2000 completely. SQL Server is this kind of a software, RDBMS software, which can store the data only or retrieve the data. But later version in 2005, Microsoft released in the year of 2005. In this, they have added some more softwares. So what has they? SSIS got added, SSAS got added, SSRS got added. అర్థమవుతుందా? So Microsoft Business Intelligence got added in this version. So SQL Server, SS means SQL Server Integration Services. So SSIS means what? SQL Server Integration. I will talk about what is ETL tomorrow. So tomorrow we'll talk about all these tools. Don't worry. And this is SSIS. So this is what is called analysis. Okay. The next one is called reporting. So people are using different tools, but Microsoft told, why are you using so many tools? Earlier, we were using Nokia phones only for the talking. Immediately, iPhone and Samsung released smart people. So not only phone, but also camera, but also radio, FM, everything was there. People suddenly started jumping from Nokia phone to smartphones like iPhone and Samsung phones like that. It was having only one thing, but this guy released a lot of things in the single tool, and this is very easy and free tools when you compare with the other tools, and easy to learn, no coding. Suddenly all the tools went back. Microsoft is released, and it has become so popular to process their data and everything. So processing means I have data. I wanted to again understand what is the sales of last year, what is the sales of current year, what is the sales of some so and so product in the last few quarters. You want to process the data, show you the data. A lot of things can be done with the different tools here. So MSBA became so popular. And one more thing, it is from the Microsoft big brand. Because of that, it became so popular. But unfortunately, there is one more guy, Tableau BA, released in 2010. Tableau BA. This guy told, hey, you don't need, no technical knowledge is required to create your reports or anything. So here we have SSRS to create reports and everything, but only technical guys can prepare the reports. Tableau said, no, it is a self-service BI. Self-service means what? You need not know cooking, but you can still prepare Maggi noodles, right? So you don't know cooking, but you can prepare a food, Maggi noodle, just like that. You need not know technology. So this is a self-service BA. People does not need any technology. People can create a beautiful reports. So immediately the entire world started using this. So Microsoft MSBA, especially this is a reporting tool, it came down. So immediately what they have done, it is a self-service BI. Microsoft in the year of 2015, they have released, Microsoft released Power BI to give a competition to the Tableau BI guys. అర్థమవుతుంది. So immediately because of the brand, and it has a lot of issues. What are the issues? It cannot store the data, it does not have the brand, but costly and complex also. And because only reporting you can do, for the data storing again you need to use Oracle, SQL Server, something you need to use. That was the biggest problem for these guys. So Tableau, they can create a BI, and Power BI is also became a self-service BI. No technical knowledge is required. So to prepare a Maggi noodles, Maggi, right? So you don't need anything. So like that, to create a Power BI reports, you don't need anything. So, and it is a big brand from the Microsoft, and lot of other things are there. Power BI is became number one into the market today. Okay. If you wanted to work with the BI side, so SSIS is needed, SSAS is needed. Instead of SSRS, we are going to be using Power BI. That's it. So, if you learn only reporting, that is not sufficient. You have to know this tool also. This is what is called ETL tool. So this is what is called analysis, where you create a cubes and everything. Now this tool is called as a, you had SSRS tool, or today we have replaced with the Power BI. We are going to be creating reports and visualizations here. Okay. So if you wanted to create a report, these two things are compulsory. So that is also Microsoft only giving here. You can also create a report. Remaining things are not there. So you have to use third party softwares and buy the license and everything. Microsoft said, why you want to waste money? You come to me, I'll give you everything. You have self-service BI, you have remaining work also, you can do it. You can store the data with my database tool, that is SQL Server. I can give you, I will give you everything. So if somebody is giving you, I can give you everything. So what will happen? I will give you functional, I can give you flower decoration, I will give you food and beverages, I will give you AC, I will do everything for you. Then do you say you better go and take that functional so that everything is ready for you, right? So instead of you going for decoration one guy, food and preparation one more guy, for AC one more guy, for lighting one more guy. So will you be taking that kind of headache? No, one guy is selling, I have everything, you come to me. So that is the reason this guy has failed. Which guy has failed? Even SAP guys are failed. Even Tableau BA also came into the market, but this guy also failed. Now many people started using Power BI because Power BI, not only one tool, it is going to be working with a lot of other tools because company needs everything. You don't need only food, right? For this is a function, but a function is going on. You need lighting, flower decoration, AC, lot of things you need to have, not only food, right? So like that, a company needs reporting means a lot of work you have to do for that. You have to have different tools. So these companies are buying from elsewhere and paying huge amount of money, that Microsoft said, I will give you everything. You come and you take my this one. I will give you SQL Server for storing data, because it is a database means you go down, you can store large amount of data, or you can analyze the data, create a report, blah blah blah. So that is the reason Power BI becomes so popular. MSBA and Power BI put together, it is working today. That is the reason you have to learn not only Power BI, not only Power BI, but also, as I told you, this one and this one I'm going to be giving for free. So these three tools you're going to be learning, plus SQL Server you're going to be learning, because without SQL knowledge, you are not going to be working for the IT industry. So you have to learn SQL Server plus Power BI, and this tool I'm going to be giving it to you for free. And this one you need to join in the month of September. I told you, right? So this is what is the story. You got to understand. Clear, guys? So, అర్థమవుతుందా? Is it interesting or not? Now, when you have this much of a data, fine. Now, data is now bigger and bigger, bigger and bigger. It is not into this. It has become big data. Big data means what? Terabytes of data. It is now petabyte of data, zettabyte of data, yottabyte of data, yottabyte of data. This is so much of a data. When you have so much of a data, even data warehouse BA tools will fail. There is a software called Hadoop. Okay, this can store unlimited data. This can also process the data. So this is what today we have in the industry. Clear? So big data Hadoop people will pay. Big data means large amount of data. Even your data warehousing and BA cannot handle. So who's going to be handling today? There is a software called Hadoop, big data Hadoop. This is going to be storing unlimited data. Remember, I will give you a simple example and stop it. Tomorrow we'll talk about what is SQL Server, what is SSIS, what is SSRS, everything I will be talking about tomorrow. What is a cube and everything I'll be finishing by tomorrow. So please attend the tomorrow's meeting without fail. Same time and same meeting area will have. Tomorrow is the final demo. So I have to tell you that one simple example. I wanted to go to supermarket to buy some vegetables. So from my house, it is 3 to 5 kilometers or 10 kilometers. How do I go? I go by a bike, or I go by a bus, or go by cycle if it is very near, right? I wanted to go to 500 kilometers. Can I go by a cycle? No, 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 no. You have to go by a car or the bus or the train. So when the distance is more, you're using a different tool called bus or the car. When the small data is there, you're using Excel. When the data is more and more, you're not going to be using Excel, you're going to be using SQL and RDBMS tools. Okay, I have to go to Dubai or America. Can I go by a bus or the train or the car? No, 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 no. You have to go by a flight. I have to go beyond this. I need to use not the this much of a data, terabytes of data. Can I use a simple SQL software? No, 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 no. You have to use a data warehousing tools. Okay. I wanted to go to Mars or the moon. Can I go by a flight? You have to go by a rocket. Now, rocket is Hadoop. So it depends upon the distance you're going to be using the tool, not you like it. Microsoft, Bill Gates has a lot of money. Elon Musk has a lot of money. Come to daily, they'll come to the office by rocket means people will laugh at you because rocket. You have even though you're a rich man, you're a powerful man means you cannot use a rocket. It depends upon the usage. If you wanted to come to office, you have to come by walk, come by bike, or come by car, not by rocket. So even though you're a powerful person, you cannot use rocket everywhere, right? It depends upon the usage. At the same time, rocket is not replacement for the flight. Flight is not replacement for the bus. Bus is not replacement for the cycle. Everything you need to have. Excel is needed. SQL is needed. Data warehousing is needed. Hadoop is needed to store the data. Okay. So once you store the data, then process the data. So data storage can be done here. But on top of that, you do two things. One is called data analytics or the data science. So if you wanted to analyze the data or the perform data and science means either you have to get the data from Excel or from this or from this or from this. Without data storing and processing, you will not be able to analyze the data or the perform data science applications. Clear? So these two applications have to get the data from those four places only. Remember. So without data storing, if data లేకపోతే how do you stop, how do you, do the processing and understanding the further. So first of all, you need to store the data. For the storing purpose, you may use anything. You may use Excel. So you can perform the data science and data analytics on this Excel. You can do the data analytics and data science on this SQL or in the this one or in the Hadoop system. So how to store the data, where to store the data. So these are the tools are available as of now. Till today, these are the tools to store the data into the systems. IT industry is going to be using, depends upon the size of the data, they're going to be using the tools. It does not meaning that if they're very, very rich, they will use rocket. If I'm a poor, I'll use the bicycle or the car. It is not like that. Depends upon the usage. Amazon will have Excel sheets. Amazon will have Hadoop systems. Amazon will have database intelligence systems. Lot of things. Clear? So tomorrow I'll talk about what is SSIS, what is SSAS, and what is SSRS. Now, did you understand the Power BI history and everything? Power BI is a self-service BI. BI means you can create a lot of reports. BI means business intelligence. It is also called as a data analytics. Data analytics means what, Nana? Understanding past. That is what was my sales? What was my profit last 5 years? What would be my profit in next 10 years? So this kind of questions people are going to be asking. So whether it is a data science application, data analytics application, both of them need historical data. So it can predict. Prediction can be done on the historical data only. On the history also you can see on the historical data. So both of them needs historical data of the company, so that either you can analyze the data or you can predict the data, but data has to be stored somewhere. To store the data, we have these many systems. So tomorrow we'll talk about detailed explanation about SSIS and SSAS and Power BI and data warehousing and everything once again. So hope you have enjoyed this demo. Thank you guys. Any questions? You're welcome. Right. So demo number 1, and today is the demo number 2, and tomorrow we'll have the demo number 3. That is the final demo. And after that, you will be able to get the payment link and everything. Then next, we are going to be installing Power BI and SQL Server in your machines, and we are going to be working further. Clear, guys? And tomorrow is the final class, and don't miss them. Same timing, same meeting aid. You will be there with me. Thank you guys. Bye bye. So proper mentoring, proper the teaching will be there. I'll simplify the concept so that everybody can understand. So hope you have enjoyed this class. And if you have any questions, you're welcome.